Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Diana. Hello, Alfie. Hello, Kelly. Welcome, everyone, to today's Perry. Welcome to Sexuality Talks. Diana, Chin, welcome. Brown women, welcome, 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 everyone. Hello, my loves. Thank you all for joining me. Let's see who is on. At what time is in Spanish? At 4:30 I am on in Spanish. Hello, miracles within us. Melissa, welcome, my love. Welcome, 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 everyone. Let's see who else is joining. Thank you for sharing with your followers. I invite you all to share with your friends and followers, either on here on Periscope or through Facebook or Twitter. What time is it there? Right now it is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Where are you, Alfie? Let me know. What do you do for a living? Lawrence, I am a sexuality coach. That is what I do full-time, and an educator as well. So I teach and coach around sexuality. I will be on in Spanish. Good, awesome, great, Alfie. See you soon. See you in a half hour. Welcome, 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 everyone. If you are new, let me know that you're new. Let me know your name and where you're from so that I can give you a nice welcome here on our Perry. So for anyone who is new, my name is Dianese. I am a sexuality expert and a coach, as I mentioned before. And every day, Monday through Friday, we are here doing two broadcasts. In the morning at 11, I do a general guidance / motivation for the day. And then at 4 every Monday through Friday, I am on here doing a sexuality power talk. So sexuality power is the name of my business, and I believe in the power that lies within each one of us through our sexuality and really unleashing that power. So that is what I am committed to bringing here on Periscope. You got new follower from Nairobi, Kenya. Yay! Thank you, Lawrence. I had someone else on from Kenya, unless that was you. Let me know. It's midnight there. Oh, thank you so much, love, for being on so late with me. It means a lot. So I have, as usual, we are back with our position of the day, our daily sex position. And today we are indulging in self-indulgence. So this is really a position, you can actually do this whether or not you have a partner or not. And it is about self-pleasure. So I will zoom in a little bit there so you can see it. So that is our position for today. And really it is about witnessing someone else giving themselves pleasure while you are giving yourself pleasure if you are in a couple. And if you're not in a couple, then it's really about you indulging in self-pleasure. And one of the things that I recommend if you don't have a partner for this position is really doing it in front of a mirror. That is another way that you can still watch yourself without having to, have a partner. You can watch yourself instead of watching someone else. So that is our position for today. Hello, hello. Yes, self-pleasure, mirrors, yeah. And I encourage to use the mirror as often as possible, either, when you are on your own, to really explore your body. And also, really loving mirrors. Welcome, Zoraida. Looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at yourself when you are masturbating, having a small mirror where you can do some close-ups of what's happening, and really witnessing your own orgasms can really be quite an experience for both men and for women. So I recommend that each one of us go out and enjoy seeing your own orgasm happen live. So today I want to talk about indulging in pleasure, right? And this is indulging in pleasure on so many different levels, right? There is that physical level where we want to indulge in orgasm. We want to indulge in self-pleasuring ourselves through masturbation and through mutual play and intercourse and all of the yummy things that come with sex. But you also want to indulge in other pleasures, other things that light you up, right? This is a pleasure planet, and I've said that before, but if you're new, this is one of the quotes that I love, that this is a pleasure planet. Earth is a pleasure planet, right? We are here to indulge in all of the pleasures it has. So really focus in on what gives you pleasure, right? Ask yourself that question. What is pleasurable to me? Right? What is that? And you can actually, I'd love if anyone feels comfortable enough to share on here, what are some of the things that give you pleasure? For example, I will start, what is pleasurable to you? Yes, I will start. Come on, are you kidding me? No, I am not kidding you. So one of the things that I find very pleasurable is cooking. I really enjoy cooking. I think it's a place where a lot of my creativity comes to life, and I find it quite pleasurable. So I enjoy cooking often. So that is something that has nothing to do with sex, although it can have a lot to do with sex if you want it to. That is quite pleasurable to me, right? Masturbation. It is great. I love providing tarot readings. Great, Diana. Pleasure planet. Yes. Hashtag pleasure planet, right? Let's create that hashtag. So in this world, right, there's so many things to find pleasure from. Masturbation is one of them. You know, a lot of people have asked me, you know, what is masturbation, good or bad? It's awesome, right? Masturbation is awesome. I love sex with my partner. Yeah, that is awesome, right? So really find the things that give you pleasure and heighten that experience, right? Put more energy into those experiences. We are meant to be living in pleasure, and when we are not in pleasure, then what is happening? We are not vibrating at a high frequency, which means we're not attracting what we want. We're not happy. We're not living in joy, right? Pleasure equals joy, right? Right after an orgasm, you're kind of like on nirvana, right? You're just like flying high, right? So that is really the state that we're meant to be. Do you like French kiss? I do like French kiss. I do not speak French, but I like French kisses, right? Kissing can be so pleasurable, right? So really hone in on the things that you indulge in, you know, you want to indulge in that cause pleasure. Indulgence is beautiful. Yes, it is. Thank you so much for sharing that, Diana. It is so pleasurable. So really make a list. Can money be pleasurable? It can. I mean, money can bring lots of pleasures. And, you know, one of the things that one of my friends does is whenever she gets paid, and I love doing this now as well, all I do is indulge. Great. Right? One of the things she does whenever she gets money, physical money, she like rubs the money all over her, right? And that's really pleasurable to her. And it really adds kind of like this awesome relationship to money. It's like, yes, money, keep coming, right? You are causing so much joy and pleasure in my life. So little things like that, right? Money can be very pleasurable. So focus in on those things and let those things fill up your day, right? Rather than doing the things that you dread. If you are living in days that you dread, there is something out of alignment. There is something missing. There's something that is asking for it to come forth, for it to be expressed through you as you, right? Would love to swim in a pool of $100 bills. I know, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? But you can actually create a small pool, right? Like put a couple dollar bills in your bathtub or something and swim in it. You can do that. There's nothing that says you can't do that. So get creative with it, right? Get creative with how you enjoy pleasure. Hello, Islambert. Dollar bills. I know. Yeah, it's like dollar bills. Right? Return of the French. Okay, the French are on today. I'm loving it. So I know a couple of people last week had asked about female orgasm, and that is definitely an awesome pleasure, right? Female orgasms are awesome. Or $100 bills too. Yes. Make it rain. Make 50s, 100s, 10s, 5s, throw them all into the bath and just swim in it, right? So one of the things that came up last week is orgasm, and I want to open up, there's so many different areas. Are you any good at blowjobs? I am not going to answer that. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Ask everyone else, right? But blowjobs can be very pleasurable, right? For both the person giving it and the person receiving it. So that's another form of pleasure that if that's what you like, indulge in it, right? Go for it. Experiment with that. Add some whipped cream to that. Make it fun, right? So there are lots and lots of things that add pleasure. So I do want to open it up to any questions that you may have about pleasure or orgasms. I know that this topic came up last week in terms of, how many different types of orgasms are there. And we did answer that question. But if there is anything else that's coming up around pleasure that you would like to learn more about and hear about, please feel free to share so that we can all learn together, and I will prepare a topic on that. So I am going to wait a few more minutes to see if there are any questions. And if not, we will end our scope for today. Let's see. I don't know. Any questions you're curious to get answered, and they don't have to necessarily be about orgasm, but they can be about anything regarding sexuality and sex and relationships. Just feel free to indulge in asking. Are you a sexual expert? Yes, Wally. Yes, I am. And some of you might consider yourself sexual experts, so definitely indulge in that. Pleasure planet, yes. Indulge in the pleasure planet. And one of the things that I have been really indulging in is really at what age is better for sex? What age are you? There really is no age specifically where sex is the best. I am 28, just turned 28 about a week and a half ago. And the thing that does happen, do you also talk about feelings? Yes, I do. Or just sexuality. I talk about sexuality, spirituality, emotions, feelings, anything in between. So if there's something you want to know and talk about specifically, let me know. Ever come from anal? That is a question for the audience. Anyone ever come from anal? I know there is definitely the possibility of orgasm through anal sex. What feels good for you is the right age. Yeah, that's a great question. And one of the answers that I have to that is it gets better as we get older, right? The older, at least for women, right? For women, as you age, orgasms get better. Should be no age under 65. 2 months, Uncle Paul. Not sure. Some of the comments are very random today. So definitely, I'm blocking you now. There are so many Kiku here. Kiku. I'm not sure what Kiku means. What age do you think? Trolls today, I know. Rubio 911, welcome. Welcome back. How are you, my love? We are currently asking question and answer, or, some people just throwing up comments. So if you have any questions about sexuality or relationships, let me know. I would just think any age prior to menopause. Even after menopause, there is a good possibility of great sex, right? So menopause actually doesn't stop sexual urges. Some women do go through changes. Some, there is also menopause, right? Men who go through a pause where their sexuality changes, and our sexuality changes from the day we're born to the day we die. So it doesn't really matter what age you are. There is no norm. That's the beautiful thing. Do you think love just comes from you having to search? Love comes when you're open to it, right? When you love yourself, others find you irresistible and love you as well. That's my philosophy on it, right? Are you a lesbian or have ever slept with another woman? Wally, I don't really answer questions about myself. This is more of an educational conversation among everyone, so I am not going to answer that one, as I don't think it's pertinent. Any other questions? No comment. Okay. Let's see, any other questions? Last minute questions. We have about 4 more minutes on here. Let us know if you have any questions about sexuality, and you gotta add your insights or expertise though. Can't just be ours. I am adding my insights. I won't share about my own personal experiences, but I do share about, the facts, the information. So that is how we do it here at Sexuality Power. Gotcha. Yeah. Awesome. Any additional questions, Quasi Watson? Rubio 911 has joined again. Welcome back. You speak American. I didn't know American was a language. That one made me laugh. The Centeno, you know it. I know what? Let me know what I know. Do you speak French? No, I do not speak French. What's up, the Centeno? I am doing well. How are you, my love? Arthur, welcome, Arthur. Quasi Watson is back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the hearts, the heart blast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any last questions? We have about 3 more minutes. And if I don't see a question pop up in the next minute, I will just end a little bit early. How old am I? I am 28. How old are you? I get to ask you right back. Arthur, do you have any questions around sexuality that you are curious about? Birdo Baby. Welcome, Birdo Baby. Thank you for joining. Today we are talking about pleasure and sexuality. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I am a 34-year-old virgin. Thank you for sharing, Wally. Would you like to remain a 34-year-old virgin? How do I get my hole? Not sure what you mean by that. Why are women not as sexual as men? Quasi Watson, that is a lie. That is a myth. Women are just as sexual as men. It is just not talked about or acceptable in our society. So we don't talk about women's sexuality and how sexual they are, but indeed they are. So definitely it does come to women differently, right? Women embrace their sexuality in different ways. But also one of the things that is really prevalent is chicks are freaks, bro. Birdo. Not all chicks are freaks, but yes, women are sexual, if that's what you mean, right? The one thing I will share is that women, unlike men, their sexuality is repressed a lot more than men. So it does take some women more time to become fully embracing of their sexuality. I'm not saying women aren't sexual. No, yeah. So what get to the kind of the root question. I'm just saying men desire sex more. I think that is debatable. That question is debatable. I think when we look at what's portrayed by the media, it seems like men desire sex more. That's what is being told to us, right? Not necessarily what is actually true. So I would say that that is actually a matter of perception and not really what is true. I'm going by experience. Missing Clover, LOL, I love right before you're about to give a mind-blowing response, you fix your glasses. That's funny. I didn't even know I did that. You're making me blush. So here is the thing. Based on your experience, my feedback to that is that sexual compatibility is a big, big, big deal. Let's put 10 women in a room. 5 of them don't desire sex as much as men. I'm still debating that, because I think, how are you defining desiring sex, right? Because for women, sex comes after connection. For men, the connection is not as important. But if the connection is there, I would say they desire it equally. Good question, LOL. Yeah. So I would say that they desire it equally. It's just about creating the right circumstances, right? You can't, 9 times out of 10, I will say this, if you go up to a woman and offer her sex, she's going to feel insulted, versus if a woman goes up to a man. Sorry, my alarm for the Spanish Perry. If a woman goes up to a man and offers him sex, most likely he'll take her up on it, right? So that's just, the way that we've been socialized, right? It's kind of uncommon for the reverse. That doesn't necessarily mean that that woman didn't think about it, that she didn't ponder on taking him up on it, right? But there are just certain things that women do take into consideration before saying yes to something like that, right? There's safety, physical safety is something, sexual health and well-being, right? So there's different things that really add, the socializing adds to it. So many married men ask this question, LOL. The question you asked about why women don't desire sex as much, let me know. Yep. Yeah, and I think here's the thing, just because you're married doesn't mean it's just like it's on a platter. You don't have to work for it. And I think that is an epidemic that is happening. It's like, well, we're married, it just comes. It's on a silver platter for me every time I want it. And that's not necessarily true. You have to really engage in the foreplay. You have to create the mood. If you create the mood, believe me, the woman is going to want it. But if you're not creating the mood, if you're not putting in the effort, then it's not going to happen. So I think it's really about how are you approaching the entire subject matter with the women. Because if you are really trying to meet their needs and warm them up and give them all the foreplay that they need in order to be like, take your clothes off and like just make love to me, then they will have that experience, right? But it does take that prep work. Why do girls hold back so much? That's a really big question. That's a packed question. One of the things is, we are definitely socialized differently. When men, we are willing to go to the extreme. Yes, and foreplay is more than the physical guys. Yes, for the most part. I think that varies. I've met very prudish men who are very, lacking in desire. And I've met women who are very sexual and very much embodying what, you guys are calling the typical man. So I think it varies. I think with women, a lot of shame is around the topic of sexuality, the topic of sex. If you think about even in adolescence, right? Men are told, it's okay to masturbate. You see it happening in movies. You see it happening all over the media. And then you don't really hear about female masturbation. Actually, it's shunned. They're told that they shouldn't touch that, if you touch it, you're going to lose your virginity. And that is something that from early on, you're being socialized that way. So it's no coincidence that when, you get to adulthood, there are a lot of women who have hang-ups about their body, about, does my vagina taste weird or smell weird? Therefore, they don't want to do oral sex, receive it, right? And, it's a lot of stigma around female sexuality. How do you feel about sex? How do I feel about sex? Sex is great. Sex is part of a natural process, right? Sex is meant to be enjoyed. Sex is part of what supports us in connecting with one another, right? So there is no problem with sex. You have a cute dimple on your chin. I have heard you play with yourself. You go blind. Is that true? No, it is not. You do not go blind. Are you shy? Do you hold back? I am not shy. Clearly, I'm on here talking about sexuality and sex. So, not shy at all. I do hold back in terms of sharing my personal experiences with you all. I don't think that they matter. But that is just the professional boundary, because this is my business. I am over time, so I am gonna end it here. Thank you all for joining me. If you are interested in learning more about me and what I do in my practice, look for me at sexualitypower.com. Sexualitypower.com, that is my website. There you can learn about my services, what I do, how I do it, and get in touch with me. Until tomorrow at 11, I wish you all a very passionate evening. You are welcome, and have a great night. Bye.